Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever this video finds you. I hope you're doing well. This is Kent Blaylock with SDG Replays, and I'm continuing in my replay of the 1956 baseball season using three different computer simulations. Today we'll be using Action PC, and then I will be picking up games using also PC Replay and Digital Diamond. And today's matchup is going to find the Brooklyn Dodgers facing off against the New York, I believe in 56, was that Giants, I believe. And if I'm wrong, someone can correct me. My baseball knowledge is limited. I have some knowledge back to the 70s, but when I get back into the 50s, it's limited, considering I was born in 66. So this matchup is going to find the Brooklyn Dodgers, who are at 3-3, facing off against New York, who are 4-2. So just have a week's play under our belt, and we're just getting into this season. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out with each system, how close it's going to be to actual real life, and we're going to kind of fill it out and see which system is best. I'm just going to be playing one game from each week. I was going to play the same game like played this same matchup 3 times, but that becomes monotonous for me and probably the viewer as well. So we're going to pick different matchups with each system, and also for the rest of the weeks we're going to simulate them with their respective systems. So we're going to get a good look at how things play out. My management of certain teams might mess things up, but we'll just see how that goes. So let's get into today's matchup. On the mound for New York is Hearn. I believe that's Jim Hearn. In real life, he was at a 3.97 ERA with a 5-11 record with 1 save, with almost a 1.3 WHIP. In the replay, he's at 2.57 with 1 loss. He pitched 7 innings, allowing 3 hits and a home run and 1 walk, and he struck out 5. So he pitched well, but he just didn't get run support. And he's going to be facing the Brooklyn team that leads off with Jim Gillum at second base. And we're just going to get into the game. I'll give the lineups as they come up to bat. So Jim Gillum in the real batted .300 so far in this replay. He's batting .367 and with a 7.73 OPS. So let's get into the game as Hearn gets the signal from Westrom. Here is the pitch. It's hit to Hearn on the mound, flips it over to Lockman at first. Comebacker, easy put out for Hearn, 1 down, and that brings up Randy Jackson, the third baseman. In the real, batted .274. In this replay, batting .333. Hearn into his windup, and the pitch. And it's hit sharply to second. Spencer ranges over for it. Easy put out, 4-3 put out for out number 2. And that'll bring up Duke Snyder, batted .292 in 56. So far in this replay, a little slow. He's at 190. But he does have some pop to his bat as he hit 43 home runs in 56. Here's the pitch from Hearn to Snyder, and he strikes him out. He sits down Snyder on the fastball, and that will switch sides as we go to the bottom of the first. Pitching for New York, Roger Craig. In the real, a 3.71 ERA with a 12-11 record with 109 Ks. In the replay, he got shelled his last time up. 12.79 ERA, of course, 1 loss. Pitched 6 1/3 innings, allowed 10 hits. And 2 walks, struck out 3 for 1.895 whip. So he's looking to pitch a better game today as Whitey Lockman comes to the plate. First baseman, batted .272 in the real, 182 so far here in this replay. Craig gets the signal from Walker. Here is the pitch. And it's lifted into right field. Oh, shortly hit, shallow fly to right. And Furillo under it, makes the catch for the out. Out number 1. That brings up Alvin Dark, shortstop, batted .252 in the real, batting .370 so far here in this replay with 10 hits, 2 of them being doubles and 2 RBIs. Craig into the windup and the pitch. He lifts one into left field. Amoros going back, takes him under it, left field line, and out at the 280 mark for out number 2. Took him to the warning track. 2 down as Don Mueller comes to the plate. The lefty Mueller batted .269 in the real, .385 in this replay. 26 at-bats. He's got 10 hits and 1 RBI. Here's the pitch to Mueller. Mueller lifting one into center field. Snyder ranging underneath it for the out. Out number 3. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And after 1, we're scoreless here at the Polo Grounds. That's going to bring Sandy Amoros to the plate, the left fielder. Batted .260 in 56 with 16 home runs. Batting .500 so far in this replay, but he's only had 2 plate appearances. So he's 1 for 2. Hearn gets the signal from Westrom. Here's the pitch to Amoros. And he lifts one into right field. Mueller tracking it, moving to his right as he's taking him deep, and he watches it go over his head as it carried. The wind got underneath it, and Sandy Amoros has took one deep into right field for our first run of the game. A 295-foot blast into the right field seats, and that'll bring up Gil Hodges, who high-fives Amoros as he goes back to the dugout. Hodges batted .263 with 32 home runs in 56. He's batting .560 so far and is already at 4 home runs early in this season. Hearn shaking his head, not wanting the same result from Hodges as he brings the pitch to Hodges. Hodges lifts one into left field. It looks like it's going to be a shallow hit into left field. Rhodes on his bicycle races in, and it's actually just hit into foul territory. Pops it up, and Castleman going after it, and he camps under it for the out number 1. That'll bring Carl Furillo to the plate. Furillo batting .289 in 56, but .304 in this replay with 2 home runs. As Hearn gets the signal. Here's the pitch to Furillo, and he strikes him out for strikeout number 2. That's 2 down here in the bottom of the second, and Pee Wee Reese coming to the plate. Reese batted .257 in 56, but so far in this replay, he's swinging a hot bat as he's batting .375 with a home run. Here is the pitch to Pee Wee. Hits it sharply to third. Castleman makes the play, fires it over to first for the 5-3 putout as Lockman squeezes it for out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the second with Brooklyn up 1-0 on the home run by Sandy Almaros. And that'll bring Willie Mays to the plate. Mays in 56 batted .296 with 36 home runs. So far in this replay, he's batting .455 with 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. Craig bearing down on Mays. Here's a pitch to say, hey, Willie. And he gets the free pass as he walks Mays. And Willie Mays is on first with Dusty Rhodes. And no, not the American Dream. Dusty Rhodes, left fielder, batted .217 with 8 home runs in 1956. Batting at the Mendoza line, he's at .200 so far in this replay as Mays takes the slight lead. Here is the pitch. It's a pitch out to Mays, but he steps back quickly as they believe that Willie's going to try to get a steal, and why not? Let's try it. Mays takes off. Here's the throw, and they get him. He's caught stealing. Willie Mays fired down to second as Walker makes a good throw and gets Mays stealing, and that will bring up Dusty Rhodes now swinging with no one on. Here's the pitch to Rhodes, and he strikes him out for out number 2, and that would be the first strikeout for Craig as False Castleman, the third baseman, comes to the plate. He's batting .226 in the reel. So far in this replay, he's had 12 plate appearances, and he has not yet to get a hit. He does have an RBI in his column. So here's the pitch to Castleman, who's struggling at the plate. And he lifts one. Looks like a lazy pop out as Reese is ranging underneath it. Pop up to second for out number 3, and we go to the third with Brooklyn up 1-0. And Rube Walker coming to the plate, the catcher, batted .212 in 56, and this is going to be his first plate appearance in this season as Walker strides to the plate. Hearn gets the signal. Westrom in agreement. Here is the pitch. Hits it sharply to first. Lockman fields it easily over to first himself for the 3 unassisted, and that's going to bring up Roger Craig to the plate. The pitcher Craig comes to the plate. In the reel, not much of a batter. Batted .016, 61 at-bats, 1 hit. So he's not a threat from the plate. He's not swung the bat. He has had 2 plate appearances, and he's over. So Hearn bearing down on Craig, and he hits it a slow ground ball to Spencer at second, over to Lockman at first for the 4-3 putout. And out number 1. And that's going to bring Gillum back to the plate. Grounded out to the pitcher his last time up as Westrom gives Hearn the signal. Here's the pitch. It's sharply hit to the middle, and that's a base hit. Willie Mays is going to have to dive for it to make the out. Can he do it? He's got a 57% chance. Let's do it. It's a line shot to center. Mays racing in. And he will not make the play as it gets to the wall. And that gamble allows Gillum to have a triple as he can't come up with it. It's in the gap all the way to the wall, and Gillum finds himself standing on third with a triple, and the gamble with Mays did not pay off. And if Mays couldn't make the play, I don't know who could have. You got those 10s for Mays out in center field. So it's a standing up triple as Randy Jackson comes to the plate. Jackson grounded to second his first time up, but he's got a runner in scoring position 90 feet away on third and Gillum. So here comes a pitch from Hearn. Jackson lifts it into left field. Rhodes back with it, makes the catch. And Gillum tags up and scores. Oh, excuse me, that was the third out. I've got to keep up with my outs. So there was no runs on one hit as Gillum was stranded on third. And after 2.5, we go to the bottom of the third with Brooklyn still up 1-0. And coming to the plate will be Darrell Spencer. Batted .221 in the reel, 160 in the replay. Here's the pitch. Lifted into right field. Perillo underneath it for the out, and that is out number 1. That's going to bring Wes Westrom to the plate. Why did his parents do that to him? Named him Wes Westrom. As he comes to the plate, batted .220 in the reel, and he's .235 here in the replay, so he's close to his true season averages. As he comes to the plate, signal from Walker. Here's the pitch from Craig. Westrom struck him out. That's strikeout number 2. Now I was correct. They were the Giants in 56. So that'll bring up the pitcher Hearn with 2 outs, And Hearn, not much better of a hitter than Craig. He's at .098. But in the replay, he's 1 for 1. So his chances of getting hit here are slim. Here's the pitch to Hearn. Yep, my pitcher is about to hit. Here's the pitch. Hearn hits a slow bounder to Gillum at second. Fires it over to Hodges at first for the 4-3 putout, and that's out number 3. And no runs, no hits, no errors, and we go to the 4th with Brooklyn up 1-0. And Duke Snider striding to the plate. Snider struck out his first time up. See if he can do a little better this time around. As Westrom gives the signal to Hearn. Here's the pitch to Snider. And Snider goes down swinging once again. Strike 3 called. And that'll bring up Sandy Amoros, who hit a home run into right field his last time up. Here's the pitch from Hearn to Amoros. And he lifts one into right field once again. Mueller going back. It's carrying Mueller to the warning track and gone. That's the second home run by Omeros. Takes another one into right field. 2 for 2 for Omeros. 2 bombs as he is having him a day. And that's his third on the season, second for today. And he just barely cleared the fence with that one with a 267 shot over the 258 fence. And that makes our score 2-0 as Sandy Omeros is having a day. And that'll bring up Gil Hodges. Hodges has a 6-game hitting streak going on, but he's 0 for on the day. Can he continue that as the pitch comes from Hearn? Hodges is walked, so he's down to first as Hearn was being careful with Hodges. On the 3-1 pitch, he hits it up high. That's going to bring up Carl Furillo with a runner on, lead and up 2-0. Here's the pitch to Furillo. That's a slow. Oh, it's hit the maze in center field. And not going to make Mays dive this time. That burned us the last time. Or should I? Let's try it again. He missed it again. Could not get to it. He did not let it get by him, though. So luckily, that holds the runner Hodges at second. That brings up Pee Wee Reese, who grounded to third his last time up. So we got 1 out. Bring the infield in halfway. And here's the pitch. Dark makes the play at short over to Spencer at second, gets Furillo at second. So we got runners now on the corner with Rube Walker coming up to the plate. Walker, his first time out, grounded to first. Here's the pitch to Rube. The lefty hits it sharply at Castleman, spears it out of the air for the line drive to third on the L5 putout. We go to the bottom of the fourth with Brooklyn up 2-0 on 2 blasts by Sandy Omeros. That's going to bring up Whitey Lockman, who flied to shallow right. His first time up. Lockman digs in as Craig comes with the pitch. And it's hit slowly to Gillum at second. Fires over to Hodges at first for the 4-3 putout and out number 1. That's going to bring up Alvin Dark. He flied to deep left his last time up as he steps in. Here's the pitch from Craig. It's hit ground ball to Reese at short. Reese up with it over to first for the 6-3 putout. And out number 2 as Hodges squeezes it for out number 2. That's going to bring up Don Mueller. Mueller, his first time up, flied to deep right. Mueller steps in. Craig into his windup and the pitch. Hit sharply to Gillum at short. Gillum, can of corn. Well, that's just in the outfield. Routine ground ball out on the 4-3 putout. And we played 4, and we go to the 5th with Brooklyn still up 2-0. And the pitcher Craig coming to the plate. Here is the pitch to Craig. He lifts it into left field. Dusty Rhodes on his bicycle camps underneath it for out number 1. And that's going to bring up Gillum. Gillum so far on the day has grounded out and lined a triple to center field. Here's the pitch to Gillum. And he hits one sharply into right field. It gets down in front of Mueller. And Mueller makes a poor play on it, breaks on it poorly. That allows a single by Gillum, who's on first safely. And let's go try for a pickoff. See if Gillum's. Nope. Gillum beat the throw. So Randy Jackson coming to the plate. Jackson is 0 for 2 on the day. He flied deep left his last time up. Here's the pitch to Jackson as he hits it on the ground to Dark at short. Dark fires it over to Spencer at second. Can he pivot? He pivots, fires to Lockman at first for the 6-4-3 double play. And that'll close out the inning, and we go to the bottom of the fifth. New York still trailing 2-0. And that'll bring Willie Mays back to the plate. Mays walked his first time up. Here's the pitch from Craig. Mays hits it sharply to Gillum at short. Gillum over to Hodges. 4-3 put out. Out number 1, and that's going to bring up Dusty Rhodes, who struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch to Rhodes. Rhodes pops it up to third. Jackson settling underneath it for the easy. Oh, foul ball. Into the crowd. Souvenir. That's going to bring up Rhodes now. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch to Rhodes. Rhodes sharply to Gillum at short. Stabs it out of the air for the L4 put out. That's going to bring up Foss Castleman, who popped to short his last time up. Here's the pitch to Castleman. He lifts that one into center field. Duke Snyder, ranging to his right, gets underneath it for out number 3. And we have a no-hitter alert now for Craig, who has went through 5. And it's now still 2-0 Brooklyn, as Duke Snyder at the plate. 0 for 2 on the day. Snyder has struck out both times today. Let's see if he can get actually the bat on the ball, or will he go for the hat trick? Here we go. Not this time, as he hits a ground ball to Spencer at second, who ranges over to his right, fires it over to Lockman at first for the 4-3 put out. And Snyder 0 for on the day, but Sandy Amoros. Would you even pitch to this guy? 2 for 2 on the day with 2 home runs. Amoros digs in. Hearn looks at him skeptically as the pitch comes. And this time it will not be a home run, as he grounds it to first. Lockman makes the play himself for the 3 unassisted for out number 1. Oh, it's a base hit. Man, I got that wrong. Amoros swings. It's a ground ball towards first. Lockman has it. He'll take it to the bag. It was a race to the bag, and Amoros, fleet of foot, beat Lockman to the bag. So it was an infield hit for Amoros, who's 3 for 3 now on the day, with a single and 2 home runs. And we're going to pitch to Hodges, who's 0 for on the day. Ground ball up the middle to Mays. It gets by the infield. And we have runners on first and second with 1 out. And Carl Furillo coming to the plate. Furillo on the day is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to Furillo. And he walks him, so the bases are juiced now. They're in a jam here. In the 6th, bases loaded, 1 out. Infield in halfway. Here is the pitch. Western goes out, has a talk with his pitcher. Here's a pitch from Hearn. And that's hit sharply into left field. That will score Amoros. Will Hodges test the arm of Rhodes? He will not. He'll stay at third, but that's another run across, and it's now 3-0. Bases still loaded. Here's the pitch from Hearn. And it's hit to Spencer at second. Do not double play chance is greater than the throw home, so we're going to try to turn two. Flips to Dark, over to first, to Lockman, and they will turn two on the 4-6-3 put out, and we'll now go to the bottom of the sixth. Craig still on the mound, score 3-0, and Darrell Spencer coming to the plate. Spencer flied out to right his first time up. Here's the pitch to Spencer, and he walks him, so he's still got the no-hitter going, but not a perfect game as Wes Westrom comes to the plate, and he struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch to Westrom, and he's walked back-to-back hitters now as Craig is getting himself in a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the sixth. Corners in as Jim Hearn is coming to the plate. Hearn's going to have a seat. Thompson will come in to pitch hit. Here is the pitch to Thompson, looking to get a hit. Walker comes out, has a few words with Craig. Here is the pitch, and it's going to be lifted into right field. Perillo ranging to his right will make the play for out number one. And Spencer will move over to third on the sacrifice fly. So runners on the corner, one out. And Whitey Lockman coming to the plate. Grounded to second his first time up. Here is the pitch from Craig. And it's grounded to second. Pee Wee Reese, can he turn two? We're not going to go home. We got a 74% chance for the double play, and they do not turn it. And that will there will be no throw to first. But Spencer did not try to score from third. So still no run across. Still no hits. Here comes the pitch to Dark. He hits it sharply to Craig, over to first. And that leaves two stranded, but Craig still with the no-hitter going into the seventh. And I need a new pitcher. Unless who do I want to bring in? Bring in Hoyt Wilhelm. Oops, I forgot to bring him in. We'll come in for Thompson, who pinch hit. Wilhelm in the reel, a 3.83 ERA with a 4-9 record. Did have 8 saves as he faces the pitcher Craig. Here's the pitch to Craig, and he strikes him out. He sits the catcher down easily. That'll bring Jim Gillum to the plate. who's 2 for 3 on the day with a triple and a single. Gillum gets the pitch from Wilhelm. Grounded to Wilhelm. Comebacker fired quickly over to first for the 1-3 put out. For out number 2, excuse me, and that's going to bring Randy Jackson to the plate. 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch to Jackson. And he hits one sharply up the middle, and that'll be a hit for Jackson as Mays fires it back into dark at short. And that'll bring Duke Snyder up to the plate. Snyder on the day is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. Here's the pitch to Snyder. Hit sharply into right field. Mueller gets the hardly hit ball and throw to third. Out chance 28%. No, we will not. We'll keep the runner on first and Snyder and allow only one scorer. Here's Omeros, 3 for 3 on the day with 2 home runs. Let's see what he can do this time as Wilhelm bears down on Omeros. Westrom says, be careful with this guy as he goes out to the mound. Here's the pitch, Omeros. Hits it sharply up the middle. Dark ranges over for it. Makes the play himself as he steps on second. Route number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. 3-0. Brooklyn. And Don Mueller stepping to the plate. Here's the pitch to Mueller. It's hit to Craig. Comebacker. Craig fields easily, fires over to Gil Hodges for out number 1. And that'll bring up Say Hey, Willie Mays. As Craig looks to continue the good pitching. Here comes the pitch to Mays. Mays hits it into left field. Omeros, can he continue his stellar day? He ranges over to his left and under it and gloves it to retire Mays. 2 up and 2 down, and Dusty Rhodes coming to the plate. Rhodes on the day 0 for 2, lined out to second his last time up. Here's the pitch to Rhodes. Hit sharply, comebacker to Craig, makes the play. 1-3 put out to Hodges at first. It's 3 up and 3 down, and again Craig. We go to the 8th. 3-0. And Gil Hodges coming to the plate. Hodges on the day is 0 for 3, but he did walk in the 4th. Oh no, he grounded a single his last time up. Excuse me. He's 1 for 3. 1 for 2, actually. Here's the pitch to Hodges. And Wilhelm strikes him out. Strike 3 called on the 0-2 pitch. That'll bring up Carl Furillo. Walked his last time up. He's did single in the 4th. Here's the pitch to Furillo. And it's hit sharply into left field. Rhodes fields it, fires it back into dark at short. It was a blooper to left, base hit. So we have a runner on first. 1 down, and Pee Wee Reese to the plate. Reese singled to left his last time up, scoring Omeros. Here's the pitch to Reese. Furillo breaking towards second as it's hit sharply into right field. Mueller has to race over to right center. He got a late jump on it that allows for the hit. So now runners on first and second for Rude Walker. Walker grounded to second his last time up. He's hitless so far on his 3 plate appearances. And he grounded into a double play. Here's the pitch to Walker. Hit sharply to Lockman at first. Lockman fires to second. Can he get Reese? He does. Gets the lead runner Reese, but that will move Furillo over to third. Runners on the corner, 2 outs, and the pitcher Roger Craig coming to the plate. And common sense would say to pull Craig to try to score more runs, but he has a no-hitter going, so he's going to stay in the game. So we'll pitch to Craig, and that's not my call to make anyhow, as I am trailing in this game, as I am managing the team that's getting a no-hitter thrown against them. And that's an easy ground ball to Spencer at second, over to Lockman at first for the 4-3 putout. And we go to the 8th, bottom of the 8th. 3-0 Brooklyn. And Craig pitching a gem as he has a no-hitter going here in the 8th. And that'll bring up Foss Castleman to the plate. Castleman 0 for 2, fly to shallow left, his first time up, as Roger Craig goes into his windup. The pitch, and it is hit into right field. Furillo on his horse gets to it for out number 1. And that'll bring up Darrell Spencer. He walked his last time up. Here's the pitch to Spencer. He hits it sharply into left field. Amoros racing to his left. Can he get to it? And Amoros squeezes it for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. That'll bring Wes Westrom, the catcher, to the plate. Westrom walked his last time up. Here's the pitch to Westrom. And it's hit. And there goes the no-hitter as he lines one into center field. A hot ground ball, and Craig's no-hitter goes out the window as Snyder fields it, tosses it back in. That line drive up the middle took care of our no-hitter. As now Hoyt Wilhelm, the pitcher, comes to the plate, and he's going to be having a seat. As Gil Harris will come in to pinch hit, not pitch hit. Craig still in the game. Here is the pitch. And he strikes him out. That's the 3rd strikeout. And we go to the 9th here with our score 3-0 Brooklyn. And who will I bring in here? Let's look at a switch hitter, righty, 2 lefties. Let's bring in a left-hander. Wendy McCall. Yeah, his next start. At a 3.61 ERA with 3 wins and 4 losses and 7 saves. 1.216 whip. As we go to the 9th. Jim Gillum up to the plate. 2 for 4 on the day. Here's the pitch to Gillum. He lifts one into right field. Mueller chasing it down. And he cannot get to it. Oh, excuse me. Foul ball. Goes foul. That's hard to tell. Goes to the warning track. Just foul. As Gillum gets another swing at it. This one's hit sharply to Spencer at short. Over to his left. Fires to Lockman at first for the 4-3 putout. And out number 1. And McCall now staring down Randy Jackson, who lined a single to center his last time up. Here is the pitch. It's hit sharply to left field. Rhodes fields it. Fires it back in, holding to a single. That changeup did not fool Jackson as he rips it into left field, and that's going to bring up Duke Snyder. Lined a single to right his last time up. Here's the pitch to Snyder, 1 for 4 on the day. And he strikes him out for out number 2 as Snyder goes. As Snyder takes a seat, that's going to bring the dangerous and hot hitting and great play today from Sandy Almiroz. Almiroz, 2 home runs today. He's 3 for 4, single, 2 home runs. He grounded a short his last time up. So here's the pitch from McCall, Wendy McCall, to Almiroz. Almiroz takes that offering and hits it sharply into right field. Mueller makes the play. Hit a rope to right. Mueller makes the catch. Didn't even have to take a step over. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors. And after 8.5, we go to the bottom of the 9th with Brooklyn still up 3-0, and Craig still on the mound with the 1-hitter. Took a no-hitter into the 8th. And he's going to be facing Whitey Lockman. Here's the pitch to Lockman from Craig. And he walks Lockman. So not starting off this 9th very well. He has walked four batters. They only allowed 1 hit. Allow him to face out in dark, who's 0 for 3 on the day. But the righty-righty matchup will keep Craig in. And that one is lifted into right field. Furillo racing to get under it, and he does. Lockman back to first. And the F8 put out, and that's going to bring the lefty Mueller to the plate. Mueller has a 6-game hitting streak. I think I'm going to bring Craig out and bring a lefty in to face. Oh, I can't make that change. I am not controlling. Computer. That is right. I am the other team. Excuse me for my faux pas. This time lifted into right field again. Furillo going back. This one is hit well. It's hit to the warning track, and Furillo makes the play. As it was took for a ride, but not deep enough. So 2 down, and Craig looking to pitch a shutout 1-hitter. Here is the pitch. Hit sharply to third. Jackson trying to get to it, and foul ball out of play. Mays getting a swing away once again. Here's the pitch to Willie Mays. Hit sharply at Gillum at short. Gillum makes the play. Line shot, and that's our game. What a pitching gem from Roger Craig. Craig is the winner. He's now 1-1. Almiroz 3 for 5, 2 home runs and 2 RBIs. Gillum 2 for 5 with a triple. Craig 9 innings pitched. He allowed 1 hit, walked 4, struck out 3. Excellent game for Craig. Great pitching. Not much can be said about the New York Giants as they dropped that game 3-0 on a pitching gem by Roger Craig. And that's going to conclude our gameplay for this afternoon, this morning, or this evening, as we close out the game and call it a day. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Soli Deo Gloria.